What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Leo coming to you guys with yet another video. So, as we know, the next WWE PLE is Bad Blood coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia, from the State Farm Arena on October 5th. And I wanted to give you guys my predictions for that card. Even though it's way far in advance, this is pretty much like my far in advance predictions as far as predicting what the match card is going to play out to be. And I'm going to use a little bit of knowledge on some of these matches, but one of these matches I'm probably just going to spitball and see where it goes. But comment down below in the comment section down below, let me know what are your predictions for the card for Bad Blood. What matches do you see playing out on that show? But without further ado, we're going to get into it with the first match. The first match that I think is going to happen at Bad Blood is between two former Judgment Day, one former Judgment Day member and a current Judgment Day member. That will be none other than Damian Priest going up against one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions, Finn Balor. We all know the story. Finn Balor turned on Damian Priest at SummerSlam and pretty much kicking him out of the Judgment Day, costing him the World Championship against Gunther in the process. And that story that they've been doing since then is pretty much where they've been trying to get Damian, trying to get his comeuppance on Finn Balor, but Finn Balor continues to evade time and time again. And then last night, at the time of recording this video on Raw, we had a tag team match where Finn Balor was about to pin Damon, but Damon kicked out, and then he got super kicked by Jey Uso because it was a tag team match between Jey Uso and Damon Priest against the tag team champions of JD McDonough and Finn Balor, where the team of Jey Uso and Damian Priest did end up picking the win with but Finn Balor did not get pinned in that match, you guys. He did not get pinned in this match. But I feel like for their first match, I think they're going to try to drag this out all the way to Black Blood. But I don't know how long this story feud is going to probably go. Maybe another PLE or two, maybe you do this again, maybe at Survivor Series possibly, or maybe if you want to throw in a Saudi show in at the same time, maybe. But I don't see this. I've been seeing people talk about this feud could potentially be dragged out to WrestleMania, and it's not to say that I don't want it, but it's really just goes to show how could they really drag this out, even though we're about to see their first encounter of these both new iterations. The last time we seen these two face one-on-one, I believe, was in 2022, right before Damian Priest joined against Edge again for the Judgment Day and everything like that, because they were kind of feuding over the U.S. title. But that's neither here or there. But I do think this is one of the matches that you could expect to see on Bad Blood come October 5th, and that's being Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. The next match that we got to talk about, none other, is for the Intercontinental Championship. I do think the Intercontinental Championship is going to be on the show, and Braun Breaker is from Atlanta, so I do see him potentially defending that title, and we've been seeing this tournament take place over the last week and this past week too. And now we're on next week. We're having a fatal four-way to determine the number one contender. And in that match, we have Jey Uso, Braun Strowman, Pete Dunne, and Ilya Dragunov. That match is going to be really good. That match is really going to be really entertaining in my personal opinion. But I do see whoever wins is probably going to face him at Bad Blood for the Intercontinental Championship, and I think that person is going to be Jey Uso. I think we're going to get Braun Breaker versus Jey Uso at Bad Blood for the Intercontinental Championship, and they've been kind of teasing it anyway, so it seems like it's more likely going to happen anyway and stuff like that, because Braun Breaker's been talking to Jey Uso. He's been saying, your family has never beaten my family at all, and you're not going to be the first to do it. That's what they were having like a little back and forth, and he was telling Jey to back out of this tournament now, because if you do, I'm going to hurt you. And then he countered that. He says, I'm going to win the Fatal 4 next week, and I'm coming for that Intercontinental Championship, and I'm gonna take it from you. So pretty much what he was saying. So pretty much you could say they're setting that up anyway. So honestly, I think it's a cool match between the two. But the only thing that I kind of feel just, I wouldn't say upset about, it's just a little iffy about, I guess, is the fact that we know Braun Breaker is going to retain. So that means Jey Uso loses another championship match for the singles titles. So it kind of sucks, but I think they're telling that story. But we're gonna let Triple H cook. We know he's gonna do something good with this match. The next match that we gotta talk about, and also before I go any further, I'm also predicting that this match card is gonna be 5 to 6 matches. So that's why I'm gonna keep it very short. I'm not gonna just do a whole bunch of 10 matches. We're not doing that. I'm gonna keep it to 5 to 6 matches because that's Triple H's sweet spot for these WWE PLEs. So we already have Damian Priest versus Finn Balor, and now Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship. The next match that we got to talk about is the first of 2 Hell in a Cell matches, because I think we're going to get 2 Hell in a Cell matches on Bad Blood. The first one that we're going to be talking about is Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk, and this feud warranted. This feud is going to culminate inside that structure. We looked at Raw last night. CM Punk, he was trying to move on, trying to focus on other things outside of Drew McIntyre, set his sights on the World Championship. And as he's walking out, he's on the table, and pretty much Drew McIntyre, just comes behind him and wipes his legs from underneath him, and then attacks him and leaves this man in a bloody mess. This man pretty much took the bracelet and he broke it and stuffed it into CM Punk's mouth, and it continued to claymore him, because he claymored him earlier during the segment, and then he claymored him again. That's 2 claymores. And then while he's on the stretcher, he continued to try attack CM Punk yet again. We can tell that this is going to lead to a Hell in a Cell match, and then maybe after that the feud can finally culminate. But I think it needs to end in blood, and there's no better place to do it than Bad Blood. And we both know the history of Bad Blood, that's where we've seen Hell in a Cell match. Hell in a Cell match took place on that show, and I think it's been over 20 years since we've seen Bad Blood, and now that they're bringing it back, we need a Hell in a Cell match, and this is one of the matches that I think needs to have it. So that is the first of 2 Hell in a Cell matches. On to the next match that we're going to be talking about, and it's for the WWE Championship. Now, and honestly, in my personal opinion, I do see Cody Rhodes defending that championship at the show. Now, there's 2 people that I have him potentially facing at that show. Cody Rhodes is from Atlanta. He's gonna be there. Just like Braun Breaker's from Atlanta, so is um Cody Rhodes. So he's going to defend his championship. The question is who he would defend his championship against. We can already say it's going to be Solo Sikoa, and I can see it's going to be Solo Sikoa. That is my first prediction, that we're going to see Cody Rhodes defending the WWE Championship against Solo Sikoa. We know Solo Sikoa has some unfinished business with Cody Rhodes going back into SummerSlam, and then post that, and it looked like he was about to win, but Roman came back into the fold of things. Now we see, but the only thing that I'm not too sure about is if it's going to be on Bad Blood, because I did hear reports as of coming out yesterday that is a match that they're trying to put on on SmackDown when it goes to the USA, to the first episode of SmackDown on the USA Network, back on the USA Network, I should say. So if they're gonna do that, then I don't know if they want to continue to drag that feud going forward into Bad Blood. They always can, but like I said, that's my first prediction. We're gonna see Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa. Now, the other person that I can see Cody Rhodes defending the title against, it may not make sense, but they have kind of been feuding recently over the last few weeks. No matter, I don't, depending on how you feel about the guy, I can see Cody Rhodes defending the championship against another Atlanta native, that being Mr. A-Town Down, Austin Theory. Now, we've been seeing these 2 kind of go up against each other kind of in recent weeks, and you're probably wondering, why would you have Austin Theory face Cody Rhodes for the championship? Like, isn't he in the tag team division? And people are gonna, you can't take him serious. Well, I understand that, and he's not going to win. But you can have him have a great match with Cody Rhodes, and then on top of that, both those guys are going to get cheered because they're in the hometown. And on top of that, we've been seeing the story going on between Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, where it looks like Austin Theory is going to turn face at some point, and Grayson Waller is going to turn on him. What better way, if they want to accomplish that, than having Grayson Waller turn on Austin Theory in his hometown crowd? Now, that is how you can a great way to execute this heel turn if that's what they're doing. So that's why I have him going up against Cody Rhodes. It's not for the simple fact of him facing for the WWE Championship, which is great in itself, but the story on that they're telling at the same time between him and Grayson Waller that can culminate at that pay-per-view where we see the execution happen, where we see Grayson Waller turn on Austin Theory. And this would create sympathy for Austin Theory for when he does make his eventual turn in a couple weeks past Bad Blood. So that's why I have that kind of set up. But my actual prediction for the match that's going to happen for Cody Rhodes is Solo Sikoa. But that's why I said earlier in the video, one of these predictions is going to be kind of just me spitballing, kind of doing an outside pick, and that is Cody Rhodes versus Austin Theory. On to the next match, which I think is going to happen, is pretty much we kind of seen some teases of it last night, and that's Gunther defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn returned on Raw last night after a couple weeks of being away following his loss to Braun Breaker in his quest to try to regain the Intercontinental Championship back. And we know there is still history between him and Gunther because we do know at WrestleMania, Sami Zayn defeated Gunther to become Intercontinental Champion. So you have a way to. This makes sense because Gunther can say, I need to beat you. I need to prove that what you did at WrestleMania was a fluke. You just got lucky. And show that this is a different side of Gunther. We know, and we had these promos between the two last night where Sammy was talking about how back in the day the Intercontinental Championship was used. When you won that championship, you had you did a great decent reign or something like that. But after you lost it, the next thing that was on the bucket is you went up to the World Championship scene. And we've been seeing it with Gunther. He won the Intercontinental Championship, and now he's World Champion. And Sami Zayn told Gunther, that's what I want to do. I held the Intercontinental Championship. Now I want to beat you and take the World Championship from you. And it makes sense, and I think they're going to try to set this up for Bad Blood. Do I think this can be a stipulation? Possibly. I feel like with Bad Blood, I think there's going to be a ton of stipulations possibly if they want to, because it just warrants a lot of different, these no DQs, these type of extreme type of matches. So I could see them possibly, depending on how they book it, maybe it can be an Extreme Rules match. I'm not sure. But that is one of the matches that I do think is going to happen as well. And the final match that we're going to talk about is another Hell in a Cell match, and it's a women's Hell in a Cell match. We have Rhea Ripley facing the women's world champion, Liv Morgan, inside a Hell in a Cell. Now, this is another feud that I think warrants a Hell in a Cell. Now, this is not my way of predicting the match in order of how the show is going to be. No, I think one Hell in a Cell match is going to open the show, and I think one is going to close. Now, I feel like Rhea and Liv are going to open the show inside Hell in a Cell, and the closing match on the show is going to be CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, closing the show inside Hell in a Cell. That's kind of how I see it's going to happen. But nonetheless, Rhea Ripley, she did pin Liv Morgan at Bash for Berlin, so she's owed an opportunity. Last night, she looks like she was going to try to call out Liv Morgan, but Dominic Mysterio got involved and says, she beat you before, she's going to do it again. And then pretty much Rhea said, well, if that's how she feels, anytime, any place, anywhere, and the way they're setting things up, they're setting things up for Bad Blood. Now, on the surface, you're going to be like, well, just because they're facing Bad Blood, do you think it's going to be a Hell in a Cell? I actually do, because if you look at their story, not just recently, but like for the past 2 years, there has been bad blood between the two for the past 2.5 years. And it's been boiling and boiling and boiling to the point we're at now. And I feel like even before Bad Blood, it's going to continue to keep boiling over to the point Adam Pearce is going to have enough. And he says like, all right, that's it. Or it doesn't even have to be Adam Pearce. It could be really just Rhea Ripley. It says, I'm tired of Liv Morgan running from me time and time again and hiding behind the Judgment Day. And she's going to straight out say, no more running, no more hiding, no more Judgment Day, no more hiding behind them. Me and you for that championship at Bad Blood inside Hell in a Cell. Bada bing, bada boom, there you go. You have set up pretty much that match for Bad Blood, and it makes sense to have the match. The thing that Triple H has been saying, I don't want to just put stipulations on these matches if the feud does not make sense for it. If you're looking at the current state of what matches can take place legitimately make sense, take place inside Hell in a Cell. It is CM Punk versus Drew and Liv versus Rhea. Those are the two matches that make the most sense to warrant it being inside Hell in a Cell to culminate their feuds. That's just me being honest. But those are my predictions, you guys, for Bad Blood. Comment down below. Let me know what matches are you predicting to take place on Bad Blood this year. And honestly, leave me your predictions in the comment section down below. I know this is not a prediction video, but let me know who you guys have winning these matches if these matches do take place. But that is the end of the video. Super kick that like button so my channel get pushed across the platform so more people can see what I'm doing over here on YouTube. Superman punch that post notification bell so every time I post a new video, whether it's a reaction video, rant video, live stream, any type of video, you can be in a loop of things when I do drop a video. And spear the subscribe button. We're on the road to 300 subscribers, but the ultimate goal is 10K. When I do hit 10K, like I say in every video, I will do a giveaway. One of my lucky subscribers will have the opportunity to win a WWE Championship from WWE Shop. So if you want to be a part of that and have the opportunity to win a championship, subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. You can always change your mind in the future, but why would you want to do that? I'm trying to give you guys daily wrestling content. But with that being said, I hope everybody has a great day, a great week, and I'll see you guys in the next video.